Hey guys! How you doing? I hope you're doing good. I always say that, but it's true. I really do hope you're doing well. I want to make more frequent vlogs again. Sometimes it's hard. I spent the night at Justin's last night. It was fun. He's trying to get some more frequent vlogs up, which reminds me, that vlog that I was talking about in my other one, the one that he put together, is up and running. If you want to check that out, I can put that link down there as well. I'm all comfy in my PJs, and I'm making some dinosaur chicken nuggets and gonna watch some vlogs. What a wonderful end to a night. I worked at a different, I just got home from work, and I worked at a different store than I usually do, because you can do that with my company, the company that I'm in, but it's super cool to be able to, like, pick up shifts and help them out, and because everything's pretty much the same, and it's a fun experience going to a different store, kind of, and, like, seeing, I mean, it's not much different in a lot of ways, but, like, meeting new people and seeing different types of people come through, and the one that I was going to is at a place that I frequent often, a particular mall. I won't say exactly what, but, it was really cool, and there was a really wonderfully sweet lady who was almost like, she kind of reminded me of a sweet Russian grandma. She wasn't that old, but she, like, you know, she had this little, like, thing on her head, and she had this beautiful, like, jacket, this sweatshirt, that we actually ended up having a discussion about, when she went through my line, and, like, because I was like, that is so cool, like, is this one of those jackets that have, like, I don't know how to explain it. It almost has, like, a cultural vibe to it. Like, it has the different colors, and I don't know how to explain it. But it was really cool, and she talked about how she had it for so long, and that the zipper actually broke, and she replaced it, and she had this really pretty sparkly zipper that she's like, I did it all by myself. When she, you know, she had this awesome accent that I cannot even attempt to, like, say. But I think her name was Carra? Carra. Yeah. Trying to, like I said, I'm not good at, like, repronouncing with the accent, but Carra, kind of like that. But she was a sweetheart. Like, she offered to give me a ride. She was, like, my last customer, too, and, like, I don't think I kind of look to the others to make sure that, like, that's okay, right? But first I was kind of like, oh gosh, no, it's okay. Thank you. I can just catch my bus. I'm not even that far. And she's like, no, I want to give you a ride. And I'm like, oh, okay. So she said it in a very nice way, that kind of came across. She's like, no, I can give you a ride. I'm like, all right, if you're sure. I mean, and she was like a sweet old Russian grandma, and she told me about her son, and I think her daughter, and her son's in Israel, and all this stuff. It was really cool. And, like, I'm not usually one to accept rides from strangers that often, but I mean, someone like that, she's really trustworthy, obviously, and it was so sweet, and it got me thinking about, like, there is still really amazing people out there in the world. She even told me of a story of how she was driving up somewhere. I don't know if it was here or if it was, like, where she used to live or whatever, but she drove up one night, and by I think a bus stop, and there was this girl that was, like, shivering and crying, and she said she was shivering from, like, fear and the cold, and I just pulled up and I was like, where do you need to go? And she was like, she wasn't crying yet. She started crying when she came up and said, where do you need to go? And so I was like, wow, I love that. And I really needed to share that, because it's so true. There are still really amazing people out there. And, like, I never really completely lose faith, but, you know, the whole taking rides from strangers is kind of iffy, but you gotta know to trust, I guess, you know? And a lot of times I don't think most of the time intentions aren't bad with people. And it's just, if I was able to, I'd probably like to, like, if I had my license and everything, which I'll work on soon, by the way. Justin just got his stuff all figured out with and he's on his, like, dad's car insurance and stuff, so he can drive. It's really cool. And guess who's next? Me. I think so. I really want to get to that point. I want to start, like, getting over my fear of driving. Yes, I have a big fear of driving. I don't think I've ever talked about that, but I do. That's why I don't drive quite yet. I've tried. Like, when I was 20, which was, like, 3 years ago, if you don't know how old I am, I literally put myself through the class. I didn't care that I wasn't, like, I was at that age where you didn't have to, just need to take a test. I'm like, I'm going through this class. I'm learning how to drive. Because I was just nervous about it, and I couldn't, like, completely finish up all the drives. I got really paranoid when it came to the whole freeway thing, and I just really need to work on getting over it. And I think I'm getting a lot closer to it. It's very helpful that Justin's, so cool with driving, and I have friends like Salika and Riley who are like love driving, so that's very helpful. But I think I'd want to get to that point that if I ever saw someone like that, or someone who just needed help as far as, like, needed a little ride somewhere, they were shivering and shaking and at a bus stop and scared, I'd probably do the exact same thing. And I think everyone should do that if they have that opportunity. I know this can be kind of scary with certain people, but there's some people you just know that you can help them, and it's absolutely okay. So I wanted to make that and talk a little bit about that. My night was fun. The people at that store were awesome. Like, it was really cool. I love that about my store, because you can pick up shifts at other stores, and, like, it's totally okay. Like, my manager was, like, helping me with it too. Like, she's like, oh, here, let's see if we can find you this. But yeah, and I got to see a lot of people that I know, because the area that I frequent is where that store was. So I was like, oh, hey, how cool is that? Anyways, I'm gonna go. I have to go check on my chicken nuggets. Dinosaur chicken nuggets. Because I'm cool like that. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Like and subscribe. I don't say that very often, do I? I should start saying that more often. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, totally should. I'm trying to get, like, Justin and I, my soulmate, if you are new to this and you haven't seen it, we are trying to get this whole vlogging thing up and going, and I think it's getting closer and closer, and I'm excited. All right. Love you guys so much. Thank you.